physically and verbally harming him throughout his entire life, even before he was a toy. It's pretty evident that he had no care for Thomas whatsoever. And eventually he just got sick of him and ordered his brother Arthur, the ice cream man, to end his son's life.
I love the Toy Story background.
It's time for your surprise.
The next scene is that of a birthday celebration left in shambles, and as to what exactly happened here, it is unknown. Either that or this scene is just completely going over my head, but I couldn't really find anything of meaning here. But if you guys find something here, please let me know in the comments. But this next segment is perhaps the biggest revelation in all of Harmony and Horror, proving a theory that we had in the past and unveiling an even bigger truth. So as we came up in previous episodes, we could deduce that Gloria was having an affair with Arthur, which was Martin's brother, but we never really knew the extent of that affair, just that there was something going on between the two. But with this shot of the ultrasound, we can pretty much conclude that because Martin was unable to have children of his own, Gloria had a child with Martin's own brother. And based off of the title of this video, The Miracle Child, I think it's a very strong theory to say that Gloria just never revealed this to Arthur and instead lied to him and told him that he, magically was able to have a child with her, even though that would be biologically impossible because of Martin's infertility. And so when Gloria got pregnant, Martin thought it was his own child. Therefore, in his mind, this was his miracle child, when in reality, the child was of Arthur and Gloria, not his own.
Is this what I think it is? Is this real? Are we? Am I gonna be a
father?
Although again, we still don't know the extent to this lie. We don't know if Gloria and Arthur were having an affair and accidentally got Gloria pregnant, or Arthur had, agreed to have a child with Gloria because Martin couldn't have one of his own, and agreed to be a part of this entire lie to convince Martin that he could have a child of his own. The tape reverts back to the perspective of Eddie, the child that encountered the demonic entity that was hanging around his crystal.
Yes.
And the one where is the ice cream man speaking to the viewer, and he says, "For my family." He's well aware that all of those kids are his.
Yeah. He even stopped himself while he was saying it.
Christmas tree. He goes on to say that, "I made a new friend today. He's really big and pink. He's a little scary, but also really shy. Maybe I finally have an imaginary friend. He also has a new Henry toy with him. I'm going to take a picture of him to show Mom and Dad when they get back." Eddie then grabs his camera and takes a photo of the creature, which reveals itself to be the creature created from the Ice Cream Man's suit, a demon created from Arthur's innards. Which at this point is pretty confusing considering we just saw Arthur alive and he was seen giving a speech having been freed from the Ice Cream Man's suit. But I think this is an appropriate time to mention that the man giving this speech is not Arthur, but rather Martin disguising himself as Arthur. Now this is something that I don't want to get into yet. I'm going to cover it a little bit later in the video because we still need to gather a bit more evidence. But I do want to mention that, this is not Arthur, this is Martin. Eddie goes on to say again, "Don't take pictures of Mr. Handy. He does not like to take pictures. He started crying when I used the camera. I told him I was sorry, and he gave me a hug. He's so nice." And here it's pretty much confirmed that this is in fact Arthur. After Martin turned him into the Ice Cream Man, he was able to free himself from the suit after attacking Martin, as we saw in the previous episode. However, on that night, Martin was not killed, but he was horribly injured. His scars aren't from escaping the Ice Cream Man's suit, they're from when he was attacked by his brother, Arthur, inside the Ice Cream Man suit. After attacking Martin and assuming him dead, Arthur left and is now seeking refuge in Eddie's house. In the next note, it states that the Henry toy came up to me and asked me if she could tell me a story. I told her how much I love stories. I hope she doesn't use too many big words. The Henry toy is an adult woman, and the story goes as follows. I cannot remember my name. These eyes are not mine. That cursed, maleficent lullaby has twisted my mind, burning with passion under the toy maker's wing. Joy to the children I thought I'd bring. Placed backstage, filled with dread and despair, he told me to wait. This isn't fair. I kept my composure and tried not to cry. Then I heard that damn lullaby. Like a scorching voice, it burned my ears. It paralyzed my body and shook me to tears. It was then I felt I wasn't alone. Something had made my body its home. I screamed as my skin started to melt. There was no use begging for help. I fought for my life and began to crawl. Something was watching me. It was slender and tall. With black and white stripes covering its skin, it's smiling at me with a blood-red grin. This is the end. I'm going to die. All because of that damn lullaby. Like a devil's whisper gutting my soul, sickening thoughts started to unfold. Don't be sad. It's better this way. Take my hand. It'll be okay. Just close your eyes and say goodbye. Listen to my lullaby. I started to believe everything would be fine. That was until he ripped out my... It's very interesting because literally as I just read that right now, there's room to assume what that last line is based off of listen to my lullaby until he ripped out my... Hey guys, editor Wowman here. So I'm pretty sure I figured it out. I'm pretty sure it's my insides. So it'd be listen to my lullaby. I started to believe everything would be fine. That was until he ripped out my insides. But yeah, feel free to let me know if you think it's something else. Cause
I mean, if it's the girl who had her,
but it's
screaming
pretty fair
until
to
her spine
assume
was
that
ripped out.
Martin has ripped out her innards and placed them into the Henry toy as he does in this typical ritual fashion that we've seen before. However, as to who this is inside of the Henry toy,
you got the wrong one, but you know, you got the right conclusion, I guess.
It's clear
so,
that this is a woman in the Henry toy.
The world can be a dangerous place.
When you use the wrong,
it can be hard to ensure the safety of our children.
The wrong
The next segment
process
of
to
the
finish an
tape
equation,
is a
but you get the
commercial
right
for
answer.
the Henry security puppet, detailing how the world is not a safe place, and that Henry is here to protect.
I love how you can
your
tell how
children.
much Battington has improved in their animation skills.
Trooper Henry is responsible for monitoring incriminating behavior from adults, making sure that all adults respect the rules.
We're introduced to what is essentially a weaponized Henry military with 3 ranks of Henry security. At the bottom of the ranks is the Playtime Henry, following that is the Trooper Henry, and at the very top is the Commander Henry, which is the leader of the entire fleet.
Commander Henry is responsible for all the other Henry security puppets and gives commands for every action a Henry puppet makes.
And right off the bat, it becomes extremely strange how not one person thought this was the slightest bit suspicious that an entire fleet of weaponized toys are guarding them all. Although because the town has just witnessed a great tragedy with children being abducted and slaughtered by the masses, it does make sense why people would be accepting to this new regime taking place in the new Harmony Arcade. Because people are so scared they're willing to put up with these militarized toys if it means their children will be safe.
There you are. You told me you took Thomas to school, but here I am, getting a call from the school saying that Thomas wasn't there today. Are you listening to me?
Oh boy.
The final scene of the video is of Gloria coming home one day, asking Martin why Thomas wasn't at school today. But by the time that Gloria is home, Martin has already put the pieces together. He's discovered the truth about their, quote, miracle child. The children aren't his. In fact, he's known for quite some time. And at this point, Martin has just come home from skinning his brother Arthur and stuffing him inside the ice cream man, as we saw in one of the first episodes of the series.
First the dog won't listen to me, then my wife. I think the only thing I've learned through all of this is that I am not going to let anyone let me down, including you.
Martin demands Gloria to leave, and he gives her 30 seconds to run until he tries to kill her.
How long did you think it would take for me to find out? Or did you think that I wouldn't find out at all?
Martin, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you lie to me.
If you're watching this, I love you.
No, what did you do to him? Where's my son? Where is my boy? Where is he, Martin?
You have 30 seconds to get the girls and get as far as you can. Start running.
Oh God.
And the tape concludes there. Although we already know the outcome of this night, Martin murders and skins his entire family and turns them into toys. And going back to the theory that this is in fact Martin giving the speech and not Arthur, I mean, after going through this entire episode, the evidence stacks up significantly. First off, there's absolutely no way that Arthur would even be able to get his body back after the ritual Martin performed on him, fusing him into the ice cream man by skinning all of his flesh. Secondly, Arthur actually was able to escape the suit and made his way to Eddie's house, who offered him refuge. Arthur wasn't trying to attack Eddie, but was simply scared and apologizes after the fact. And lastly, perhaps the most important detail that this is Martin is that he says in his speech, "Having you guys back makes me so hungry," or something along those lines.
You have no idea how hungry it makes me to see these beautiful people back in the arms of their brave families.
Martin is posing as his
What?
brother, trying
Yeah.
to convince people that these scars that Arthur inflicted on
He's
him
a
when he
demon.
tried to kill him are the scars from being stuffed inside the suit. Which would make sense as to why Martin has created this entire fleet of weaponized Henrys. He's using them to trap and kill more children, because Martin's reign is, unfortunately, still far from over. Another theory that I wanted to get into before we kind of wrap this whole thing up is that who the Henry doll traveling with Arthur is. And I think some people are under the speculation that this is Gloria, although I don't think that is the case, because Gloria became this sort of spirit as she was never turned into a toy, because Martin simply shot her the night he found out the truth about his children. But I do have a strong belief that this Henry toy traveling with Arthur is in fact the intern that Martin hired all those years ago, an intern named Amy Wilson.
This is about your intern, Mr. Greywater. The whereabouts of Amy Wilson.
And I know there's not a lot of evidence to back this up, it's kind of just based off of the note that she wrote. "Joy to the children I thought I'd bring, placed backstage, filled with dread and despair.
Have you seen
He
the
told me to
series
wait.
The Oldest View?
This isn't
It has
fair."
2 episodes.
Within
but
this
it's
little
good.
line, she
I don't
states
think I
that she
have,
thought she'd
actually.
be bringing joy to the children. So it seems like this was written
Sounds
by an
interesting, though.
employee that worked at the Harmony store who wanted to work with children. An employee named Amy Wilson. And one last thing is that there's a code in the description of this video that, if we decipher using a hex code, leads us to an unlisted video called "I Wish You Sweet Sorrows." And within this short little tape, we are shown the weaponized Henry in action, hunting children
Oh,
down
good.
in the new Harmony location. So with that, the series as of now concludes as we wait in anticipation for the next installment in Harmony and horror. Martin Graywinder is alive. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. Let me know if you really think this is Martin. And also, please do not forget to subscribe, as well as commenting bruh on this video. That would be a huge help at boosting me into the algorithm. You can comment anything really, but it'd be funny if you commented this. Also, if you are interested...
Shut up. Anyway. I think it's time for bed.
How dare you?
What do you mean? What do you mean, how dare I?
How dare you sleep? It's illegal.
I mean, I could stay up for longer. I'm just gonna raid out. Is that acceptable to you, Echo?
Please go to bed.
Yeah. Why were you fucking... Why were you scolding me just now?
Joking with you. Why are you being mean?
I'll stay awake out of pure spite.
No!
I will ruin my sleep schedule just to prove you wrong, little lady.
What's the sleep schedule?
Exactly. Anyway, who we raiding, fellas? Fellers? Girls, gays, theys?
I was gonna suggest someone, but he's sleeping right now.
Yeah, I saw him too.
You want soft vibes after the scary vibes?
I have 2 people. If we're going on shut the fuck up. If we want spooky vibes or do we want arty vibes? Cuz I got one for both.
Arty vibes.
Okay. Then we're gonna go see Ren.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at someone else doing art.
Yeah. Let me throw their link in the rage thing. Rage.
Oh, I
So
missed the rage.
I missed our rage. So we're gonna go raid Renry! Cause she's real cute, and I haven't raided her in a while because we don't stay up this late normally.
Real.
And a special offer for that bold gentleman right there. You know that one. The super handsome, delicious looking one. Yeah, that's right. His name is Macho. A special offer just for you.
Why are
For
there so many
$50 you get to
donchos
see
in
her
this
tummy.
screen?
What? Oh, wait, what?
Get the wallet! Get the wallet right now! Where's your credit card?
5 more donchos.
Mom!
There's too many.
Oh, jeez.
I've had enough of this man.
Damn it.
Never enough.
I swear it's not V-Bucks this time.
Okay, well. So yeah, there's the raid message above if you are not subbed, and then there's a raid message if you are subbed. Thank you to T and Emco for joining me. I'm sorry that this was such a long stream. I am exhausted. I'm gonna go take the fattest sleep of my life.
That's real. Sleep.
I see you guys later.
Well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.